Hello, I'm Linda Westphalen. I'm the Deputy Dean of Learning and Teaching for the Faculty of Arts, and I'm also the Program Coordinator for the Bachelor of Arts, the associated degrees, and the diplomas in arts. And welcome to the University of Adelaide. Before we go on though, I'd like to first acknowledge that we are on the lands of the Kaurna people, on the lands on which the University of Adelaide's campuses sit, and to acknowledge the deep feelings of attachment and relationship of the Kaurna to the land, never ceded, and to pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging. Here are some people that teach into the arts programs. They are fantastic. And I guess I put this slide up here just to let you know that if you see these people around, say hello. Say hello to our lecturers, our tutors, our staff here at the university. They're very happy to help you out if you're stuck, but just get to know them. I think that we're really proud of the fact that we have such good and strong connections with our students, and that we like that kind of mentoring association that we can have. So consider us friends as well as colleagues, as well as lecturers that can help you along the way, and make yourselves known to us. Why do an arts degree? I get asked this question an awful lot. It's an interdisciplinary degree. It allows you to specialise in some specific subject areas, but its real attraction is the skills you learn along the way in problem solving, in critical thinking, thinking about big picture stuff and patterns and implications, what things fit with other things, and also those kind of real big world problems that can be very difficult to solve unless you've got the kind of creative aspect that arts so usefully fosters in people. We like in arts to see how we fit with other arts things. So if you're doing history, for example, there's a lot of real world and really strong connections with things like politics, sociology, psychology, all sorts of things. Really, really important that we think about arts for the strength that it brings a graduate. And on that note, please don't believe all that nonsense about unemployed art students. It's actually not true. The stats are pretty clear that art students are as successful as other people who graduate from programs from the university in gaining employment. So it's something to really, really important to note. What will you study in your first year? Well, it really is up to you. What are your interests? What are your skills? What do you love doing? What's the end game? What's the thing that you want to do when you complete your degree? All of these questions are important when you're planning out your degree. I guess the key word with that, though, is plan. Plan out your degree, remembering that third year topics sometimes have prerequisites at first and second year. So if you're thinking ahead, plan out the structure of it, what it might look like. And you might want to consider things like work integrated learning or internships. And now that the borders are opening up, maybe even going overseas and having what you do overseas count towards your degree. A study plan is a really good idea, and this can be organised through the Faculty of Arts office, which I'll talk about in a little minute. This is the first year degree structure, and you can see there's a range of different things here. We've got majors in green, minors in a kind of orangey colour, and electives in blue. This is full year, remember, so it's not one part of the year, the whole year. So you could divide this up wherever you might. You'll note there, and I'll just go to the next slide, that there's something called the Arts Core Competency Course. If you're an old scholar, like been around for a bit and you're watching this for some unknown reason, you may see that the inquiring mind used to fit that slot. It doesn't anymore. So the core competency course has replaced inquiring mind. Inquiring mind will still count towards your degree program if you've done it already. But if you're new to the university, beginning your arts program, the core competency course is what you're looking for. So you can see here that with the core, there are 8 levels that you need to accomplish in your first year. If you're part-time, it'll be a bit different. And if you're doing a double degree, a combined degree, this will be different again. But you can see basically how the structure might work. And any combination of these will kind of fit with your program. This is the diploma in arts, and there are 2 versions of this. This is the higher education entry version of the diploma in arts. You can see it's sort of like an additional major as it sits alongside a degree. So it will actually make your degree a little bit longer, but you get more with it if you do the diploma in arts. So it's very useful, say, if you want to add a major along. Say I'm doing politics and history and I want to do psychology, so I could do a major in psychology, which would then add to my degree. This is the other version of the Diploma in Arts, which is a Year 12 entry version. So it's basically an enabling or pathway program to enable you to move into a Bachelor of Arts as an alternative entry. Still have to do the core competency course, but you can see it's different from the other version of the Diploma in Arts, and that these are all level 1 courses, all first-year courses. Assessments. We get asked a lot of questions about assessments, particularly, do you have exams? Well, we kind of do. We have tests, we have online quizzes, we do have run a few exams, but exams are by no means the only way that we assess in the Faculty of Arts and in the arts programs. Assessments are very, very flexible, so usually essays, written work, but now moving on to more technology-based assignments like podcasts, presentations, and so on. We ask you to do things by yourself, solo. We ask you to do other things in groups because that group experience is very, very useful in terms of the learning that you'll gain from it. My advice is plan out your assessment deadlines. So go into my uni, find out when courses have their deadlines for assessment and put it all into your diary, your online diary, your tree-based diary to make sure that you are clear about what's coming up with your assessments. Most assessments you will knock off, you won't finish in an afternoon. And if you do, we can tell they're usually pretty poor. So take the time, plan ahead, and actually use the time usefully in preparation for your lectures and your tutorials, but also for those assessments, which are very, very key. Read your assessment requirements very carefully. They should all be in my uni. And ask your tutors, your lecturers, your course coordinators if you're not sure. It's actually very important that you're clear about what's required and you're set out, that you know what you're doing, and you go in confidently that you will produce something credible. It shows your effort and your knowledge and your understanding. And remember, there are a lot of support services. I'll talk about that in a minute as well, so that you can get the best out of your assignments that you possibly can. We want you to succeed. We want you to get HDs if possible. We want you to really, really nail uni and finish and enjoy your degree and go on to and have a fantastic life earning lots and lots of money. That's my wish for you, and it's probably your wish for yourself. If you're stuck though, we're not going to know unless you tell us. It's not like school in a classroom where there's 30 of you in a class and we monitor you, pretty much daily. That doesn't happen at uni. You need to tell us if you're in trouble, because there's lots of you, there's only a few of us, and we need to be able to sort of direct our help to the people who really, really need it. And that might be all of you, it might be 3 of you. We just really need to know who you are. There are many people in groups who can help you out with settling in, with things like if you have a disability, if you need counselling, if you need support in writing or in mathematics. All of those things are there for the university. They're all free, they're all absolutely there for you to utilise as and if you need them. Also, keep watch on announcements for things like sports clubs, program student associations, like the Adelaide University Education Students Association that exists. There's also a bunch of other clubs and stuff. Just keep your ear to the ground, see what's coming up, and engage as much as you want and as you have time to. We do a lot of communicating by email, but activate it, monitor it. I feel I should make more of this, so maybe I'll say it again. We do a lot of communicating by email, activate it, monitor it. We really do need you to be in touch with us and let us know what's going on. This is the means by which we will tell you when things are going on. And if you don't read your email, we're going to assume you have, so just be careful with that one. My uni. So my uni is also called Canvas. So if you hear people talking about Canvas, Canvas is the platform. My uni is our name for the platform. Have a look around my uni, see what's there, and go into your courses, open up and see what lecturers, tutors have put in there in terms of content and so on. So things like lecture recordings, tutorial readings, all of those things will all be via this learning management system. The notifications via announcements will also come out through here. So you've got these little tiles, you click on one and that will take you to a particular course, and in that should all be the information that pertains to that particular course. Academics like me, we don't provide assistance with my uni. Basically, we're the wrong kind of clever. I'm very good at education. I actually come from the School of Education. I'm pretty good with online stuff and I can troubleshoot a bit, but with my uni, you're actually better off getting advice from people who are experts, the boffins in the trade, who know how Canvas works. This is assistance with my uni, and there are various links to this. So if you see this presentation in like PowerPoint form, all of the blue bits are hot links that you can then tap on and open, which you can't do in a recording, unfortunately, but just so that you know that they're there. You can certainly, input all of this into a search, and this will take you to those particular websites. My uni support, this phone number, 8313 3000 with option 3, well worth putting into your phone and making sure you know about. Important university dates, again, this is where you need to put it in your online or tree-based diary. Formal teaching commences on the 28th of February. And then there's all of these other dates in here. Critical dates are really, really important to know. Things like the census date. So if you withdraw before the 21st of March, you don't incur fees, so the HECS debt doesn't go up. If you withdraw after the 24th of March, you get fees, unfortunately. So this is where you need to be very clear about what you're successful at, what's not working, and be very strategic about how you plan out your program. I said I'd provide some information about study assistance and support. So the PASS program is operating across many of courses in the first year levels at the University in Arts. So please make yourself known to the PASS coordinators. Peer assisted study support. Just make sure that you ask your lecturers about them. They'll be happy to help you out. SAMs, Student Support Academic Mentors. All of the schools in the arts faculty have Student Support Academic Mentors. For arts, it's best to kind of go by the course because the courses sit within particular schools, and because it's arts, it's really broad. So it could be any one of those schools. So I won't give you particular names, but ask your course coordinators. They'll be very happy to help you out and direct you to the SAMs coordinators. 2 really useful centres which are based in the library is the Writing Centre, which is support for people with literacy, and the Maths Learning Centre, which is support for people with numeracy. But please note that these areas, these 2 centres, are really great for dealing with problems in literacy, numeracy, problem solving, and so on. So don't just think of them as being kind of, they only do maths and they only do literacy. It's actually much broader than that. They're fantastic. I just can't sing their praises enough. They're just awesome in helping out students. Studiosity is after hours online study help through my uni. So you'll find student support in my uni, and if you click on that, it'll open up and Studiosity will be there. Basically what you can do is upload a draft of your particular written assignment, and then they will provide feedback and support on the writing of that assignment. And it is really fast turnaround. Many arts students use this particular forum for getting support. Just fantastic. Counselling, again, free. Available to all students here and confidential. So if you're really stuck on starting to feel the walls fall off a little bit with your studies in particular, but also more broadly with your life, counselling is there to help you out. And it's also very helpful if you want to get, say, an access plan if you have a disability. This will also support the process for getting you an access plan. It just makes getting things like extensions a little bit easier for you. Internships. We're very proud of our internship program in the Faculty of Arts and in the arts program more specifically. There's 4 streams here: industry, creative, community, and research. There are also virtual internships and there are global experiences. So do look up and think about doing an internship. The work integrated learning that we do at the University of Adelaide is really, really good. It's been quite difficult to kind of maintain over COVID, but we've done it, and I'm very proud of the staff who've managed to do that. So do make yourself known to the people who are involved with internships and see if you can organise something for your program. And that's why the study plan is really, really useful. Work integrated learning, I mentioned. This is internships across the university. Again, another hot link which you won't be able to tap on while you're looking at this presentation, but the PowerPoint will have the hot link there. If you do a search at the university website under internships, this will also come up. The Arts Pro is a program where you can kind of engage with many kinds of workplaces. So I think the work integrated learning program is something to really think about considering further on into your degree. It enhances your employability post the degree, and because it shows that you've already worked in a paid environment, that you're already there engaging with workplace practices and understanding how workplace cultures work. And who knows, your workplace, your work integrated learning place may actually end up being your formal paid workplace down the track. Something to know and very, very useful to know. Study tours. Now, I just want to be a little bit careful with this one. They're starting to open up. They're beginning again April 2022. But bearing in mind, if you're a first year and beginning your first year, you've got second year and third year to go, you might want to do a study tour next year in 2023 or even in 2024. So give you a little bit of information now about how study tours work. There are 4 here. There may be more opening up as we continue into the post-COVID world, if the thing post-COVID ever does exist. So just something to note. But do think about these. They're fantastic for overseas engagement and really enriching your degree or your program. Here's one with London, the Global Learning Office, again, another hot link. And there's also some funding available. So just be aware, the Arts Office can help you with organising your work integrated learning, your study exchange, your study tour as well. So do know where the Faculty of Arts Office is, lower in the ground floor of the Napier building for now. And hopefully you will engage with them, organise this into your program. Fantastic work integrated study tour that sort of sits within your program and that you can count towards your degree. And this is a picture I absolutely love, not because of the art students being a few knuckleheads in the middle of Tiananmen Square. I just love the expressions on the faces of the Chinese people who are looking at them in a rather strange way. But yeah, I just love this particular photo. I think it speaks very positively about our arts students and graduates. Getting involved, university clubs and societies. These are amazing, just really, really good. There's an Arts Students Association for all the art students and associated programs. There's a whole pile of clubs. If you don't know there's a club there, go and have a look. They're just great. They'll all be down on the lawns, on the mass lawns. So during orientation week, you can go down there and have a little look. If you don't find one that you like, you can also create your own. So just be aware, clubs and societies are a really great way of engaging socially with the university campus and culture. And as an educator, I can tell you that the people who do the most success at university are the ones who engage not only with the academic side of their program, but also with the social side of the program. So it's something to really think about. Ask Adelaide. So for help at enrolment, these guys are in the library at the bottom part of the hub. So there's big signs up, follow the signs down there, big blue desks, very, very helpful in study plans, enrolments, things like student cards and so on. Go and ask. And if they don't know, they will certainly direct you to someone who will. Stay connected. So this is the interactive stuff, the online stuff that you can do, Facebook page, things to do at Adelaide U, but also some other links as well. Again, when you have this as a PowerPoint, you will be able to click on these links and actually go to those particular sites. Two to note, student life and campus life. Those 2 links are really, really important if you're considering needing access to accounts or getting some support. Those ones are well worth knowing and having a little bit of a look around. Things like accommodation services and careers and all sorts of things are in there. Go have a look. Things to consider. So if you're new to the university, you will find, you'll come straight from school, you'll find this is a much different environment than school. So school is, you're very monitored and people kind of check and they check what you're wearing and they make sure you've done your homework and so on. Doesn't happen at university. It's an adult learning environment, which means it brings some particular challenges if you're coming into the university as a straight from school person. You're responsible. Now the ball's in your court. You're responsible for your own learning and we can help, but we've got to know you need help and the kind of help that you will need before we can help out and assist you in the direction that you want to go. Time management is particularly important. I'm wearing one of my favourite t-shirts today that says, All I want to do is work in my garden and hang out with my cat. That's my distraction, is my garden. That's something you need to be aware of, because there's a difference between a distraction that takes you away from study and a hobby that kind of enhances your academic achievements. Just a little bit of a balance thing there. Time management, absolutely important. That's why I'm saying get that tree-based diary or online diary going. One thing to note is COVID-19 contingencies still exist. You need to keep your ear to the ground, particularly email, as to what is new in terms of COVID responses at the university level. That's been a sort of ongoing problem of change for the last 2 years. It's really actually no different this year. It's getting better, but it's really very slow. So just remember to keep your ear to the ground on what's happening with COVID and the university's responses to it. How to enjoy your studies? I get asked this question a lot as well. Really what underpins success is enthusiasm. If you're a bit meh about study and it's something that you do after you've done your part-time job and after you've watched TV for 2 hours and after you've dealt with the family issues and stuff, tends to be really hard to get a fantastic outcome. You really need to be committed to studying and to learning. So just bear that in mind. You have to learn because you want to be here and that you enjoy the studies that you're taking, that you're enjoying the programs, the courses that are in there. It's not just about passing assessments, it's about engaging with the university and with your course coordinators, your tutors, your colleagues, your student colleagues in the tutorials and seminars as well. You must ask for help if you need it. We're here to support your success, and I think I've said about 3 times now, but we need to know you're in trouble. So if you're in trouble, let us know. We'll actually, really go out of our way to help you out, but we've got to know. I mentioned COVID already, so I won't say that again. Here to support, but we can't follow you up for a completing task. So we won't check you've done your homework, not like school teachers do. We're not school teachers, we're lecturers, academics, and we tend to think you're going to be in control of your own learning. The transition to uni can be a bit challenging, so just be aware of that. Be a little bit open to change and seek out that support very, very early. So I can solve a problem when it's this big. When it's really big, it's like a big 5-act opera with 6,000 people involved, really, really hard to solve then. Remember, you're not alone. There's a lot of people going to be in the same boat as you, sort of struggling along and trying to work out where you fit and how it's all going to work. You're not alone. Lots of people in the same boat. Remember, the Vice-Chancellor was an undergraduate once, and he struggled along as well. I was an undergraduate once, and I had a pretty iffy first 6 months at university. Got better after that, but we've all been there. We kind of know the pathway you're about to undertake. That's why getting support's always going to be helpful. What's next? Make sure you're happy with your enrolment. If not, contact us, Adelaide, or you can go to the Faculty of Arts office. Activate your MyUni account and make sure you've got access to all your courses that you've enrolled in. Organise your ID card. You'll need this for things like getting a pass for the train. So full-time students get a bit of a cut rate on train and public transport fares and so on. Make sure your contact details are accurate in MyAdelaide, and make sure you check out the arts orientation course on MyUni. Things in there that are going to be very helpful for your study down the track. See you next week. If you're on campus, give yourself plenty of time to find where it is you need to be. And if you get lost, don't freak out or get worried about it or stress about it at all. I've been at this university 16 years, not including my undergrad degree, which I also did at the University of Adelaide. I still get lost around this place. So, you won't be alone. Do the tours. So the arts, the library tour, for example, do go and have a boodle around in the Bath Smith Library. But also, I don't quite know how to put this nicely, snoop around the place, check us out. Find things you'll need to know, like the locations of your bus stops and how long it takes to get by public transport to the uni and where the lecture theatres are and how much time you've got to get from one lecture theatre to the next lecture theatre if you've got things crammed into one day, where your tutorial rooms are. Sometimes those hide a little bit. But be aware that snooping around is absolutely fine. And if you do get lost, ask us. We're very happy to help you out. Ask lots of questions in your first sessions. You know that really kind of embarrassed silence when a teacher asks a question, everyone sits there going, God, I hope they don't pick me. Please don't pick me, don't pick me, don't pick me. And then when they do, you go, oh my God, what do I say? What do I say? That's where you ask the question. I'm not sure where we're going here, but this is what I think is what you might say. There are no such things as dumb questions. Not really ever, not really at any point, not at school, not at uni, certainly not in arts. There are only things we don't know and that we need to find out. And if you sit silently, you're never going to find out unless someone luckily asks the same question as you. So take a bit of courage and ask those difficult questions. We're very happy to answer. Create your timetable. So set something up that shows where you'll be, what you need to do to get there, get the transitions happening between work and uni and work, home and work, and so on, so that you know where you're going, what you're doing, and you feel a little bit more confident when you're engaging with the university campus. And that's it. Welcome to the university. Have a fantastic year. I'm looking forward to catching up with you, and I hope to see you around the campus soon.